Hi guys, this is Elise and welcome to my channel. And I just have a few Snowmen of January cards to share with you this morning. So let's get started. And I do have a couple of questions that I want to answer regarding my Spread Kindness 57, and I'll answer those at the end of this video. Okay, so let me show you what I used, and then I'll show you the little cards that I made. And these cards are actually also are going out. So first of all, I've been trying to use, of course, you guys know, using up papers and things that I have. And I used some more papers out of this Farm Girl collection. This is October Afternoon. I don't have much of it left, so I worked through this a little bit more. Okay, and then I used a couple of a stamp, and I used a little die. So this is the stamp that I used. It's just a sweet little Mr. and Mrs. Snowman little stamp, and they're both, tossing up a little snowball there. It's really cute. And this stamp is by, let's see, who is this by? Westwater Enterprises. Okay, Westwater Enterprises. This stamp is by. It's an old little stamp, I believe. It's old. Yeah, 1999. Okay, so there's the stamp that I used. And then I also used this Debbie Powder die. I've had this for a while. Actually, I got this the year this stamp, this die came out. I remember purchasing this little die. This is really, really cute. And I don't know if you can still actually buy this or if you just have to get this on eBay or somewhere. And this is 660734. And it cuts out this cute little adorable snowman. So I pulled that out of my stash and I used that. And what else did I use? I used a couple of these flatback pearls. It's amazing what you find when you start cleaning out your room, finding your stash. I've had these for, excuse me, I've had these for a while, and I've used a few here and there, but I decided to use these on some of my cards. And then I'm sorry guys, I just had something in my throat. And then I used one little heart off of this, these little stickers that I got from, these came from Hobby Lobby. Okay, so let me show you the first card that I made. And these are for Anna White's series Snowmen of January. Let me take this one out of the plastic. Now this first card, this one I'm going to save, and I'm going to give this to my husband for Valentine's Day. And I may even give this to him for his birthday, because his birthday's coming up in next week. So this turned out so cute, and this is this little stamp right here. Okay, and this is how I colored it. I used my Copic markers. I used this piece on top is October Afternoon, and this bottom piece, wait a minute, I think that's October Afternoon. Yeah, both of these pieces are October Afternoon from that Farm Girl collection. And this is like a wood grain piece in blue, and then it's this piece right here. And then I just used a little piece of this beautiful velvet ribbon, and I put a little button there with some twine, and I think that turned out so adorable. And this is how I did the inside. I used my mitten punch and punched a couple of mittens, and then I used a little scallop die, and I didn't pull that little set, but this is just a little scallop die, and I just made a circle in the middle, and used another piece of that October Afternoon paper. And then on the back, I put a little, scrap piece here, made a little banner. I used a little snowflake stamp to make it's a little background stamp. And I just stamped that a couple times and signed my name. And I think that turned out adorable. So there's my first little card. Okay. So there's the first card. Okay, the second card, I made a card, and I made some tags, okay? And these could be used, I guess they could be used for Valentine's Day, since Valentine's Day is still in the winter. So here's the first one. And this paper is, I want to say, it's not October Afternoon. oh gosh, I can't remember what paper this is, but I had a small piece of this paper, and this is the front and the back. So this is the A and B side of that paper that I used. So I thought that turned out so cute. So here's the little die, the little Debbie powder die. And what I did was I just took the hearts that punch out and I used my Copic markers and just colored them in. And I took another scrap piece of red paper and it's got these little white dot patterns on it already. And I just cut out the scarf and paper pieced it back onto the snowman. And I just, put the inlays back into his eyes and the nose and color those in as well. And this is another die. Now, I didn't pull everything, but you guys, you know what? You can use what you have and use dies and things that are similar. So this is just a scallop punch, but it also has these punched pieces. And then I use the Sweet Warm Wishes. And that set is, I believe this is Lawn Fawn. This set here. Okay, and here's the Sending Warm Wishes. And actually that is still in my stamp block. Okay, so I use that. Okay, so this is the card here. And I think this one turned out so adorable as well. And I used some of that fake snow at the bottom. And it's all glittery. I put some stickles around the edges. I stickled around the snowman. I don't know if you guys can see that, if the camera's picking all that up. But it is very sparkly. And then here's the inside. I just used a couple pieces of the scrap papers that were left over. And then I used a little snowflake stamp to add a few snowflakes inside the card. And I think that turned out adorable. And then on the back, I just used that tiny snowman stamp and signed my name. Okay? So that's how that one turned out. And I think it turned out so adorable. Okay, so for the little tags that I made, I also used the Debbie Powder die. And I cut him out again. And this is how he turned out. Okay, and I used my Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow stamp, and I stamped that once and I cut it apart 3 times and used it on these tags. Okay, and this time I just cut all the words apart as well. Okay, and again I used my Copic markers to color the inlays, and then I used another scrap paper that I had and cut little scarves. And these are pretty much all the same. I did stamp on all of these cards. I stamped the date there. This is where I used those little flat back pearls. I used some twine here, and I used some Valentine ribbon because I didn't want this to be like a Christmas card. Although this is Christmas paper in the background, but I just thought it looked really pretty. But I used some heart ribbon at the top. I did use my eyelet punch to put a couple eyelets in the top where my ribbon is. And around the edges, I inked with some cherry, let's see, it's called some distress ink, red brick, I think it's called red brick ink, and then put some glitter around the edges. And I think they turned out so adorable. Okay, so those are my Snowmen of January. And my spread kind